So, good evening, guys. Good evening. We are back with the TG podcast. We're talking everything Arsenal as always. We've got the North London derby to look ahead to, guys. We're talking Mikel Arteta. Some news came today officially that he signed a new contract extension with Arsenal, a brand new contract. We're going to go through that. And we're talking about, of course, Arsenal's injuries and the latest on that as well. You can see it's a pretty short panel today, but nevertheless, I'm sure it's going to be a lit show as always. We've got my guy, just me and my guy Rory today. Big up yourself, Rory, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. Very good. I have been sieving through the international break, I can't lie, but I'm glad it's finally over.
Yeah, for sure, man. Guys, make sure you get your likes up. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 10K subscribers. Leave a thoughts down below. And yeah, let's get into it, man. Obviously, as you mentioned, bro, international break happens and Arsenal players get injured as always. I think we'll start that first, obviously. Look, we even before the international break, we knew a few injuries. We had, our new signing, Mikel Merino, out injured. We found that he's not October time because what happened in training. But yeah, obviously in the international break.
Great start. He's frozen. He's frozen. Is he going to come back? Surely.
I froze already, mate. It's only took 3 minutes and we're already freezing, guys. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, our club captain gets injured. Probably one of our best, most important players. He's out injured. He got obviously ankle injury, playing for Norway, and the talk is he's going to be out for a few weeks. Obviously, we're missing the North London derby game. And we know what it's like with the midfield now, guys. Yeah, Declan Rice, as we know, suspended. Now no more Odegaard. We're going to talk about what we actually do there, but not just Odegaard. Obviously, Ricardo Calaflori picked up a little injury playing for Italy, of course. Dembele basically studded him in the back. His back leg, and then obviously came off injured. But I think this one is more likely that he'll return, if that makes sense. And we'll see what Arteta says about him in the press conference. But yeah, man, Arsenal injury crisis. Rory, bro, I want to start obviously with this whole Odegaard situation and this Odegaard one, because we look at the midfield now, right? And for this upcoming game against Tottenham, it's either going to be Ethan Nwaneri, who's 17 years of age, to come in over Odegaard, or we have to change players around. Either bring Havertz back into the midfield, play someone like Zinchenko midfield, maybe even Timber. Firstly, what's your overall thoughts about the injuries? Do you think we are in an injury crisis? And also, are you looking back at the window and sort of having a bit of regret now seeing that, these players are out injured?
Yeah, I mean, apparently we won't be disappointed come the end of the transfer window, they said, or Edu said. And to some extent, he is right. I'm not disappointed. I'm fucking seething with the transfer window. Now that fucking Odegaard's injured, Calafiori is injured. And obviously, that's not down to Edu. I can't lie, he is unfortunate when it comes to him bringing players in. Like, we saw the same with Timber last year, and the same's happened to Calafiori, although I don't think the Calafiori injury has been released, like how long he's going to be out for. So there's still a possibility that he could be available, but Odegaard, I know for a fact he's not going to be available for the North London derby. And this is why I take it back to the transfer window. I've got a fucking spider on my mic. Fuck. But yeah, I cast my mind back to the transfer window. I did say we needed a number 10, and they told me, no. We've got Ethan Nwaneri, who's the best since sliced bread, but at the end of the day, he's 17 years old. It's a lot of pressure for a young kid, but at the same time, I could say the same about Jack Wilshere when he first made his debut at 18, 19 years old, and he was up against bloody prime Busquets and Iniesta, and he completely dominated that midfield. But this is the North London derby. The intensity is risen in these sort of games, and I think playing Havertz in there makes more sense. Quite frankly, I don't mind seeing Havertz in the 10 as long as it's not the number 8 role, because I reckon he can turn. Yeah, I reckon he can mould into a good number 10 because his passing is very underrated and he can create, but he's just not. He's just not an Odegaard.
He played there for Germany, you know. He played there for Germany in international break. So
yeah, I mean, he didn't rip up trees, did he? But still, I think he can do a job there. And on paper, maybe not Man City, but against Tottenham in particular, you look at that midfield that we have available. I'll say it's good enough to at least get a result against Tottenham. Yes, I know it's not the quickest midfield ever. I mean, Jorginho and Partey are players that you'd probably want to come on. Say you want to see out a game when you are winning. Those are the sort of players you want to bring on because both of them are experienced. But we're going to have to rely on them to play the full 90 minutes without their legs going. So, yeah, and obviously Havertz can't really play as that Odegaard role because he's not the guy to drop deep, is he? Although he's played in that 8 role before. But at the same time, it's just not worked, has it, in that number 8 role? So him playing as an Odegaard role, I wouldn't recommend that if I was Arteta. I would play him as a natural number 10. The front three, I don't think we've got many issues with the front three. Yes, we needed a striker, but I think the front three would either be Saka, well, it'll be, of course, Saka on the right. He's a definite starter. You'll have either Martinelli or Trossard, or you might have both. So Martinelli on the left, Trossard through the middle, which, I mean, on paper, that front three has worked in the past. So I think I don't really have much of a problem with the front three. Of course, we've got Sterling as well, which, yeah, I will get onto later on. But it's just the midfield that is the concern. And, yeah, just a reminder that the midfield that's injured or suspended, should I say, Rice, Moreno, and Odegaard, that is potentially our midfield trio this season gone for our biggest game of the season. Obviously, we've got Man City next week, but biggest game of the season so far. So, yeah, I 100% blame it on Edu. I don't blame the injury on Edu, obviously, but why? Why didn't we get a number 10 when there were players available? I was hearing a lot of fans on Twitter Space saying, "Oh, there's no players that can potentially replace the likes of Vieira." Look, Vieira's not my, cup of tea, but at the end of the day, we loan him out. Whether he's good enough or not, you get rid of a player, you replace them because you just left yourself short in that position anyway.
I don't understand why we got rid of both of Smith Rowe and Vieira, man.
Yeah, that's silly. I mean, I said before the end of last season that I would either loan or sell Vieira, but keep Smith Rowe for one more season because we shouldn't be selling both if we're not going to get a replacement in. There were players available. Don't say there wasn't. There were players available. Olmo had a 60 million release clause, so could have got him. Javi Simmons was available on loan, and Eze at Palace who wanted to leave.
Yeah.
So there were players available. So yeah, I 100% blame this transfer window on Edu and the ownership rather than the actual manager. I do blame the manager in certain aspects. Fact, he's not being ambitious with the transfer window. He's not gone up to the board and asked for unlimited funds. Right, this is a player I want. Go and get them. Like last summer with Declan Rice. So I do blame him in that extent, but yeah, I think I'm pinning this on Edu Kroenke for not stumping up any money to invest in attacking players. We got Sterling as a replacement for Nelson, but what about the other positions?
Facts. Yeah. Nah, bro, for sure. And I agree with you, man. Not much can really add to that, bro. Really, I just feel goes back, it all links back to the transfer window. Yeah. I agree with Vieira. Like, I think he's still unproven at Arsenal. I don't think he's hit the ground running yet. But to sell both, I know he's a loan deal, but to get rid of both Smith Rowe and Vieira and not bring anyone in, just leaving it short when there's literally no need. And as you said, there's plenty of options out there. But once again, it's the same story where it's not done.
Yeah. I mean, Vieira didn't even go to Porto on loan with an obligation to buy. So what was the point loaning him out? He's just going to come straight back. And he's already picked up an injury, from what I'm hearing. So, yeah, look, I'm not saying I would have kept Vieira. It's just the fact we've not replaced him. And the fact our fans have been rating this transfer window at 8, 9 out of 10, when really it was a 5, maybe even a 4.
Yeah,
it would have been a lot lower if we didn't get blooming Sterling in. And I'm not saying Sterling's magnificent, and he's the same player as he was when he was at Man City and Liverpool, but he's an attacker. An attacker is it we've been blooming screaming for the whole bloody transfer window. So yeah, I just don't understand. I really don't.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been saying we're short for years now, and we spent what 700 million, and we're still short 5 years later. It's just it's worrying.
Exactly, bro. It's like every single window, it's the same story. Do you really? I said this other day. In my opinion, do you really think we've actually replaced Aubameyang yet? Is that
No. When did he leave again? 2022.
Yeah, 2022. Yeah, January, wasn't it?
Yeah, the next transfer window is in 2025, and we've still not replaced Aubameyang. To this day, I'm still seething about the fact we let him go on a free, like completely nothing. And that's another thing we've been criticising Edu of in the past, selling players. I felt like this summer we've got a reasonable amount of money for players that we wanted to sell. Smith Rowe for 35 million, Ramsdale for 25 million plus add-ons, and Nketiah went for 30 million. So that's more than 60 million to get at least 2 more players in that attacking attacking area. I mean, if we brought in Sterling on loan and then perhaps another striker and then maybe even another midfielder, then I would have sat here and gone, yeah, probably is an 8 out of 10 window. But every single time there's an Arsenal transfer window, it's deadline day, we're always scratching our heads like, oh, just imagine we got that player in. It happens every fucking transfer window. 2016, oh, just imagine if we had bloody Benzema up front. 2022, when we bottled top 4, oh, just imagine if we had Vlahovic. I think when we signed, even last summer, you can cast your mind back to last summer. Oh, just imagine we got Casado as well alongside Declan Rice. So it happens all the time. Swings and roundabouts. Every fucking time we go out of a transfer window feeling short again. And I'm just not having any of it, to be honest.
Yeah, bro, absolute facts. Listen, we've got some news today. Our manager Arteta signed a new contract extension. 3 years, wasn't it? Yeah, another 3 years at
Yeah, 3
Arsenal.
years.
A new contract extension. So, listen, when we move on to that, there's a bit of controversy, I know, surrounding the contract, but of course, look, Arteta, I'm not gonna take anything away, from the job. Obviously, he's came in, he's got us back competing, 100%. We're back up there, challenging for titles where we should be every single season. We should be challenging for everything. You can clearly see. I mean, I'm not surprised that he's been given a new contract. So I'm being honest. I think you can clearly see the Cronkies have something. Considering even when they appointed him in the first place, you got all the process words and all this, and now we're talking about the phases and all of this, and obviously he's been backed very, very heavily as a manager. Lots of money he spent at Arsenal, so you could clearly see that the Cronkies think this guy is the right guy for Arsenal, and even when he's in that absolute awful period, because that's, I mean, look, Arteta came in, he won us the FA Cup straight away, his first half of the season. But then after that, we was in the dumps, man. I remember we was 15th, finished 8th with him back to back. And there's a whole period, I think, lockdown, where in the Christmas, like November, October, we went winless. Like we was into Burnley, Wolves. He's getting week in, week out. It was pathetic performances. And I thought he would have been gone then, but they stuck with him. Obviously, gave him some more money to spend, and he's giving him credit where credit's due. He's got us back up there competing for league titles. Now, my biggest thing with this manager is he has to start delivering trophies at Arsenal Football Club now. He has to start winning, major honours now. So yeah, Rory, bro, is this contract, deserved in, your opinion? And what's your overall thoughts, obviously, on this manager getting a 3-year deal extension?
Right. I'm going to be level-headed about this. Obviously, I have backed the manager for a long time now, despite all the criticism I have given him in the past, funnily enough. I have sort of backed the manager, but I've criticised him hard, I can't lie, in the past, especially when we were in that dark phase where we were 15th, fighting for relegation, losing to the Burnleys, Wolves, the Aston Villas.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come on here and start doing chest pumps. Yes, my manager's staying for another 3 years. Let's go. He's going to take us. Okay, right. I'm going to pretty much break this down. I'm going to say the positive side of this deal and the negative side of the deal. Let's start off with the negatives. In my opinion, I think the negatives are the fact, Jesus Christ, this fucking spider won't piss off. But yeah, firstly, I don't think there's enough success there for him to warrant a new contract, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, he has obviously got us competing again, which is obviously what we all dream of as Arsenal fans. Not just competing, but obviously getting over the line. One thing I will say is now he's signed a new contract, we're no longer in these phases, right? I would say we're in the trophy phase. So none of this phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, give him time, X, Y, Z. None of that. We're in the trophy phase now. So all I'm asking him to do is, now you've got that new contract, show the fans what you can do. Because he might not sign up for another contract. I know he's committed to Arsenal, and that's brilliant. I've always wanted a manager who is properly like committed to the club, and he does love Arsenal. But if he doesn't deliver in the next 3 years, I just don't see him staying on. I really don't. Especially if he doesn't get backed, which I know he spent 700 million, but this summer, if he has any more of them sort of summer windows in the next 3 years, then can't lie, I can see him walking. And look, I don't think sacking the manager would have been the right thing to do. I don't think Arteta deserves the sacking, but say if he hasn't won anything in the next 3 years, you either let him walk, or I don't know, you sort of listen to offers for other European teams who are after Mikel Arteta, because we know in the past the likes of Barcelona have been very, very keen on Arteta. There's even been reports suggesting Man City if Pep leaves.
Yeah, when Pep leaves, yeah.
Yeah. So I think sacking him, wrong call because of the job he has done. And to answer truthfully, I think he is kind of a little bit fortunate that he is still in the job after one FA Cup in, 5 years? In my opinion, anyway. So, I think, look, I've always said, every time we've signed Arteta up on a new contract, I've gone, why haven't we left it until the end of the season to sort of discover whether or not he's going to win a trophy or two? For me, he's got to win a trophy. Like whether that's an FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and we're in another title race, then yeah, it's a successful season because you're doing that at the end of the season. So I think it was inevitable, wasn't it? Him signing a new contract. We saw it coming. A lot of fans were getting concerned about him not signing a new contract. I had no concerns whatsoever because his commitment to the club, can't fault it. He adores Arsenal. So, look, I don't think there would have been any. I say any replacement. I think there are replacements out there, but not the right ones. Like you look at Zidane, for instance. He's not an Arsenal manager, is he? The same with Tuchel as well. Like I don't know. I think with his commitment at the club and his professionalism, although sometimes he ain't loyal, all right, to his players. We know he is ruthless, but at the end of the day, I don't mind that. Yeah, it can get a little bit over the top, but I mean, I want a manager who is ruthless and not Mr. Nice Guy every fucking time, like Arsene Wenger was in the past. And yeah, the difference between Wenger and Arteta, and look, I'm not comparing them in terms of quality, but we were declining under Wenger. That's why everyone was on the Wenger out brigade. We were declining as a football club and we were winning the odd FA Cup to paper over the cracks. We were nowhere near a title race, right? You say 2016, but we finished like 10 odd points behind bloody Leicester, for God's sake. And we were third for the majority of the season anyway. We only finished second because Tottenham got battered 5-1 in their last game. So we were declining under Wenger, whereas under Arteta, I reckon we are going up like this. But as I said at the start, we've got to a point where we have to start delivering trophies now. And whether that's an FA Cup, Carabao Cup, look, I'm talking about this season. That'll be a success, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, bro. Very well said, indeed. Before I come to Luke, I'm just going to quickly big up everyone in the chat because I know Luke has got a lot to get off his chest. Big up to you, Luke, mate. But yeah, I'm going to quickly go through the chat. We've got AFC Africa. Hello, mate. Hope you're well. We've got Arsenal Way. Big up everyone in the chat. We've got Jordan, JP. Big up yourself, bro. Big up to Drew, my brother, absolute legend. Ryan's in the chat. We'll see you in a few weeks, Ryan, bro. We've got Lloyd as well, absolute real one, bro. Good to see you, Lloyd. We've got Villa fan as well. Big up yourself. We've got Paul. Big up, absolute legends. We've got Top Gunner. Big up to you, Top Gunner, mate. El Siguiente. Big up to you, Wookie, bro. Yeah, big up Cobra Kai as always. Yeah, guys, I'm well, Pino, big up Shay. I've just seen you as well, bro. Captain Fletch, man, check out this guy's channel, man. This guy's got a great channel. I'll pin all your comments up and I know your thoughts as always, guys. If you've got any questions for the panel as well, make sure you leave them. But yeah, Luca.
AFC Africa's so happy to see Luca.
Luca, how you doing, man? Firstly, you all good?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. And,
can I just say, I apologize. I couldn't come on your stream today, man, because I did not get home. I was couldn't get home in time. But Luca, bro, we've been we're talking about the injury at the moment, and then we're talking about Arteta's new contract. But I want to first get your thoughts on the injury news, Luca, with Odegaard, being injured for a few weeks now. And me and Rory were saying that it goes back to the transfer window, and it goes back to Edu for obviously not getting any replacements in. What do you think?
Well, for me, look, my opinion. I said this on my 2 podcasts today. I just finished my Tottenham preview, and I had to address this Arteta situation. My opinion to this on this Martin Odegaard situation is this fan base, right, always believe that Edu is doing a great job, right? For me, he is not doing a good job at Arsenal because with this whole Odegaard situation, this injury was roughly around 3 weeks. And you've got to blame Arteta a little bit, but it's mainly Edu. And I explained my explanation why with Arteta. If you knew that the player was injured in that Brighton game, us three, you did the watch along. I was in the pub doing the watch along in the background noise. But however, right, Arteta, if you kind of knew, my friend Arteta, that Martin Odegaard was injured, then why did you pick him during the international break? It's not like the Norwegian manager said, right, okay, can we pick our best midfielder just to provide the assist to Erling Haaland, right? We have got big games coming up. We've got Tottenham on Sunday, and Atlanta on Thursday, and Manchester City on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And our best midfielder is out, right? Why would you go, Arteta, and pick Martin Odegaard going to the international break where we kind of knew that we've got bigger games? If we were playing someone, look, all due to respect, 20 Premier League clubs, if we were playing teams like, for example, Ipswich, Resistance, teams like that, then fair enough, I understand. But with a massive blow like that, this is why I feel Arteta, for me, does not deserve to sign that contract. And that's why when I look at it, look, you've got to look at the picture with Arteta. And you talk, and we'll come on to Arteta in just a sec. With Edu, right? If you go and watch his interview very, very, very carefully on Arsenal YouTube page, right? On the Arsenal official YouTube page, he said, oh, we've had a great transfer window and all that. Well, if we had a great transfer window, with Odegaard now injured for 7 games or so, and could be possibly 3 weeks and could be back after the international break, how is this team going to react? Squad depth is a problem with us, and we've lacked with a bit of squad depth. And this is why, for me, everyone's getting all gassed up about Arteta deserves a contract because we came 85%, 90% close to winning the league title last season. Where's the money what we sold with Eddie Nketiah and Smith Rowe, where we're paying Chelsea are paying a week's wages for Raheem Sterling on loan. Why are we not using that money for Gyökeres? I do admit, right?
What Gyökeres?
I'm always going to say this right now, and I exactly where it's coming from, right? One stage I didn't like Gyökeres, and then I go back and watch him. I do admit I did flip flop on that, right? But I watched back. You make me laughing. See, I'm smiling, AFC Africa, man. But however, Gyökeres, I've watched him back on highlights. He looks impressive. 65 million we've made from Eddie Nketiah and also ESR. Why have we not spent that money where we are saving that money for next year? We need a world-class striker. Havertz, don't get me wrong. Havertz has done so well so far at Arsenal, right? They're talking about him being a captain at Germany, right? Or a vice captain at Germany. But he's not going to get us the league title. He's not going to get us the league title. And especially when we've got midfielders. Squad depth is the problem with us. And we had the opportunity in the summer. We had the opportunity in the summer to go and get a world-class striker in the summer. But why did we not take it? We wasted all our time. We panic buyed. I did a deadline day stream in case anyone's not seen it, right? And we wasted all that time of getting Raheem Sterling. Yes, he's not a bad cover for Bukayo Saka. But why did we not add a Gyökeres to a Raheem Sterling? Then we could say, you know what, a transfer window is probably good. My rating, I say I give it a 4 out of 10 or 3 out of 10 because of Odegaard's injury. We didn't know that Odegaard was going to get an injury until this week. But, however, my verdict is to that, we have failed and not done what's required. Yeah, but AFC Africa, to answer your question,
of all people calling out people in the chat.
Of all people! But no, for me, Havertz, yes, I like him as a striker, AFC Africa, right?
No, listen, before Luca, when me and Rory talking, we were talking about playing Havertz in the attacking midfielder role, yeah? And I think AFC Africa is saying he's a striker, which I agree with. He should, I would keep him a striker personally. I don't think he's.
But who's going to play as 10 though?
Yeah, this is where we're at though. This is what we're gonna have to do though.
Would Havertz actually work in the number 10? Nobody knows.
He played there for Germany, didn't he? In international break.
For Germany before. But what I would do is for Tottenham, play Trossard in a number 8.
No.
Yes.
No, are you insane?
Yes.
No, come on. Trossard in the 8.
You see him against Brentford when he played there, Luca. He's getting bodied around.
West Ham, he played there.
Yeah, but
and we lost.
West Ham in the Carabao Cup, he was shocking. But however,
I'm not playing number 8, man.
No, not the Carabao, the Premier League game where we lost 2-0.
Yeah. Who else?
You play number 8, Luca.
Who else?
Oh my! So
Partey,
Jorginho, and then Havertz.
But Havertz is not going to work in midfield because that cost us last season against Aston Villa onwards.
Yeah, yes, in the box-to-box midfield role, it cost us, but in the 10, as a natural 10...
Yeah, natural... Yeah.
But is he going to...
Yeah, when he's pushed further forward...
And I feel like a game like this at White Hart Lane, when we play that high line, I feel like Havertz is perfect, but we don't have anyone else. We can't give a 17-year-old kid an opportunity against Tottenham.
No, but you just said Havertz is suited for a high line. You need pace on the break.
Well, we do need pace.
To get him behind that high line.
We do that against Tottenham, but I just feel like we need someone who's going to play in that number 8, and I don't trust Havertz in that central midfield in the 3. He doesn't track back in that midfield. He is better in the false number 9. He's better up front because he's a threat, and he's been on fire at the moment. He's been a fire-on moment at the moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, but how do you know? He's not played in the 10 before at Arsenal.
No, he hasn't. But Havertz always wanted to have that number 10 shirt. He always wants to have number 10. Well, there was a rumour during the international break. I heard somewhere that I thought Sterling was going to get the number 10, but he took Eddie's number. So that number 10... is pretty much could be available.
I'll retire it.
Yeah, Luca.
I mean, sorry to cut you off, but to conclude, right? You're basically saying the reason why Arteta doesn't deserve his new contract is because he didn't let Odegaard go on international duty, or he did let Odegaard go on international duty. Is that basically what you're saying?
Well, yeah, because there's also parts of that as well. You know, if you go and watch my podcast and you know my reason why, and you two were in the chat for it. This summer was the summer where I felt we were going to be good, and the last two transfer windows we've been so good. We bought Rice, Havertz, Timber, all them lot, right? Raya, Jesus, Zinchenko, experience in the team. We brought all these players in. We've actually created a very good 11, right? But why this summer? Calavori. We start with Calavori. I didn't know who he was until we did that watch along on Josh's channel, right? Italy versus Albania, right? Then we buy the goalkeeper from Bournemouth, Neto. Decent backup, experience. We've got a lot of play, knows the Premier League. Then we go and buy Raheem Sterling, where we needed a striker. Yes, Bukayo Saka backup. Sterling's not a bad option. But where is the striker to add on top of it? We took ages to get Moreno during the Euros. We were linked with this guy and the semi-final when Spain were playing in the semis and England were playing Holland. We knew that Moreno is not a bad option. We don't know what this player is going to be like when he comes back. Nobody knows. We've seen clips of him in the Euros. But we need
but hold on. You said you wanted Gyökeres and you only watched him on YouTube clips. So how are you saying the same thing for Mikel Marino then?
What's that supposed to mean? Because Gyökeres for me, he's been banging goals at the moment. He's better than fucking Raspadori. He's better than fucking Retegui. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't want him.
Yeah.
I didn't. No.
And you're basing this on YouTube comps.
No.
YouTube comps, like, come on.
It's not
like anyone's got their YouTube comps. I could put together a 2-minute comp, maybe longer, of Yaya Sanogo's highlights at Arsenal to make him look good. Or bloody Willian. I can make him look good in an Arsenal shirt by just putting together a comp. Like, look, I've always said I'll take Gyökeres. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm sticking to, obviously, what I originally said about Gyökeres. I remember me and Seb having a debate about it. It turns out that I came out on top in the end. But basically, Luca, you've not really answered my question. As I asked, you think Arteta is to blame for Odegaard's injury? Or, actually, I've completely muddled myself up there.
I do think it is. I think it's both Mikel Arteta and Eddie, but Eddie...
Yeah, okay, so it's Arteta's fault, but why on earth do you think that determines the contract extension to be taken off?
It's not just that. It's not just that mainly. I think it's more to that, because the reason why I personally think that, for me, he doesn't deserve that contract. And by the way, Moss, I don't beg anymore if you haven't been watching my last 2 or 3 streams. Oh, wait, Moss, you haven't been in my chat today, so it makes sense, doesn't it? But anyway, for me, look, there's other reasons. There's other alternatives to that. He dumps us out of the League Cups. When the pressure
he didn't last season, though.
Well, the Cup games he did. The Carabao
Well,
Cup.
okay, the League Cup, but it didn't dump us out the rest of the Cup.
But the FA Cup, we had our first team on the bench, and we battered Liverpool.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
I swear we did.
No, we played Declan Rice, we had Jorginho, we had Saka, we had Havertz, we had Saliba and Gabriel playing, so that's 7. We had Ben White playing, we had Kivior at left back. Yeah, we played our full strength team. Other than Nelson and Ramsdale, that was our full strength team.
We battered them in the first half, and we had players off the bench.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and we couldn't finish our chances. So that's not the manager's fault, is it?
I think for me it is because
how?
Because the performance wasn't there. and the players never turned it. It was tactically by Arteta. And that's why I just feel like
He doesn't teach him to put a ball in the net, does he? Like, what do you want him to do? Walk on the pitch himself and kick the ball in his net? Like, come on. It wasn't his fault in that Liverpool game. He didn't kick us out of the Champions League because, in my opinion, again, that was the players. Due to individual mistakes in the first leg, we lost it. We got knocked out in that Bayern Munich game because of the first leg.
In the first leg, we were poor. We gave stupid, clumsy penalties away, and one of us in that game wasn't a penalty, and we should have had a penalty in the end. We played the worst Bayern Munich team with Eric Dyer, one of the worst defenders.
Yeah, and that was down to the players.
It was the players' fault on that day. But I'm on about
like so he didn't get us knocked out of the Champions League or the FA Cup. The League Cup, fair enough. That was his fault. But
the League Cup's his fault, and I think the FA Cup as well. I think the Cup games as
well. Not the FA Cup. How was it his fault in the FA Cup?
Because the reason why I think it's the FA Cup's fault. Let me find the lineup.
The FA Cup's fault.
Let me find the lineup.
Here we go.
I can't find the lineup, right?
What are you on about when we beat Liverpool? When we lost to Liverpool 2-0?
Yeah, we played a full strength team that day.
We were poor final third.
3-0 on the bench. We had Trossard, Martinelli. The chances what we had and Smith Rowe.
Okay, name the rest of the 11.
If we would have started some of them with the chances what we had, we would have won that game in the first half. Alan Shearer said.
Oh my God!
Alan Shearer said we should have been 3 or 4-0 up in the first half against Liverpool, but we never took our chances. Klopp changed the system. He brought Jota on, and he scored against us, and Liverpool beat us 2-0. And then
he didn't.
Yeah, Jota didn't start that game. I could swear.
But he didn't come on and score.
I could swear he scored in that game.
No, Kivior scored an own goal and Diaz scored.
Diaz, sorry, my bad. Right, Diaz. Yes. But Liverpool brought the likes of Jota and them lot on, and we were controlling the game until they brought their substitute, and we just gave up.
Yeah.
This season.
Yeah, but how do you... Martinelli was bang out of form in that period. So what makes you think he's going to finish most of the chances?
But you never know.
That we created in that game.
Why he didn't start? Because he was on bad form, and I felt like if you bring someone like that earlier, or even starting, maybe he would have actually performed. You don't know. Because he
was bang out of form, like you said.
Yeah, he was bang out of form. But there was that first half where we battered Liverpool in that first half. You kind of needed someone like a Trossard or a Martinelli. I know Trossard is better when he comes off the bench, but however, I just felt like the opportunity is there. And this is why this season, we've got to win a trophy this season. And that's why if he doesn't win anything, like I said in my Arteta podcast, I said, if he gets top 2 and wins a Carabao Cup, I'll be Mikel Arteta in. But if he doesn't win a single trophy, and if he finishes 3rd and wins the cup, he has to be sacked.
No, he doesn't.
Sackable effect. Well, if he
look, listen.
He's won a trophy and he's got top 4. What difference does it make? Football's about winning.
Because you haven't finished in the top 2.
No, it's not. Because we won a trophy.
We won a trophy, man.
Yeah, but you can't finish lower than 2nd.
Oh my!
You can't.
What difference does it make finishing blooming?
It's a failure. You're dropping from a position where.
No, you're not, because you've won a trophy.
For me, it is because you're finishing lower than the table. You want to finish.
You aim to win trophies.
Won a trophy.
Oh,
is football about winning or not?
Oh yeah, of course, it's winning trophies.
Yeah, so it's not a failure, is it? If we win a Carabao Cup and finish 3rd,
we've got to win trophy this season. That's why we've got to take every single cup seriously.
Okay, Luca, I know you. So you want Arteta gone, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Okay, look, I hear it, man. Listen, who would you? If you, so you're saying Arteta is obviously got you want him gone. So who's coming in your opinion?
Cool.
I want to hear what you're saying.
You get me an elite manager, Enrique, Nagelsmann, Nagelsmann
in 2024.
Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann's younger than Arteta.
Yeah, but he's experienced.
No, he's not. How can you be experienced when he's younger than Arteta?
He's not being delusional. He's a better man.
An elite manager.
No, he's not. No, he's not right now.
Germany's doing all right.
Is he an elite manager?
He's going to be, yeah.
How do you know?
He's going to be. Arteta's going to be an elite manager in the future,
We'll
I'm
go and
pretty
get
sure.
Inzaghi from Inter Milan. But
Oh, my.
Inter
He's
are
not
not. Inter are not
I
going to
swear
get
he signed a contract
Hey,
extension.
he's not going anywhere, Luca. But
He ain't going anywhere, especially with Martinez there.
Okay, yeah, go on. Any more?
Who else? He's struggling.
I need to have a look at the list of managers. I can't remember the top of my head now. So
Yeah, like, what's the point though? Because it's just going to come up with a long list of elite managers and go, yeah, that one, that one, that one.
possibly, maybe. What's the Atlanta guy's name? Who won the Europa League?
Gasperini.
He's a possibility.
Come on.
He's a good shout.
But it's not an elite manager.
you
You
said
said you
he's
wanted
an
an
elite
elite
manager.
manager.
Well, he won the Europa League.
You come on, man.
We'll go and get Didier Deschamps.
Mauricio Sarri.
Now we'll talk. How long has he been at France? Since 2012?
Oh my
He
god.
won the Euros. He won the World
Did
Cup.
Didn't you win the Euros? What are you on about?
Where he won the Euro, or Portugal
No,
won
he
it.
didn't.
No, that was Portugal. The World Cup he won against Croatia 4-2. Right? There's an elite managers out there, right? Okay, I know you said in the comments, Raw. I know you said in the comments about Ancelotti, but if you had
Ancelotti's elite manager.
yeah, let me ask you both a question. I want everyone to actually ask everyone's in the comments as well. Right? It's not my channel, but I'll ask you this: if Arteta wasn't around today, for example, name me a realistic manager that's out there that can compete for Arsenal right now. Who wants to go? No, realistic. We can go and get.
Well, realistic would be obviously Nagelsmann if we want to stick with this youth project and inexperienced managers. Then we'll probably go Nagelsmann if he leaves Germany.
But what if we?
But quite frankly, I don't want any of the available managers.
We ain't going to go after no Canadian.
Yeah, other than Ancelotti, literally no one.
Realistic, it'd have to be Nagelsmann or someone like that. Because I think
You said bloody Thomas Tuchel before.
I did say Thomas Tuchel, yeah, but he's won the Champions League in Chelsea's first season.
Oh my god. Yeah, and what did he do in the Premier League?
Nothing.
What did he do in the Bundesliga with Bayern? The same manager that went trophyless with Bayern for the first time in like 11 years. And you think he's an elite manager right now?
Well, yeah. Well, probably not now, but the thing is, he's won a Champions League. Tuchel is one of the worst Bayern Munich managers.
He won the Champions League. So what? Did Rafa Benitez win the Champions League? I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, 2005.
Yeah.
I was a kid.
It doesn't make a difference, though. Rafa Benitez is available. You wouldn't take him now, would you?
Not now. He's washed.
Yeah, so is Tuchel. You can't expect to appoint a manager who's gone trophyless for the first time in 11 years with a Bayern Munich side of that caliber when you've just splashed over 100 million on Harry Kane.
Well, yeah.
Like, come on.
Well, yeah, because look, Tuchel won the Champions League at Chelsea. It didn't work out at Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but at Chelsea, where did he finish? He pretty much bottled every flipping final. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, like we're aiming to win the bloody Premier League here.
Yeah, we want to win the Premier League this season.
Right? He finished third with Bayern. He finished third with Chelsea, and then he got sacked the following season. So he's still an elite manager to you?
Well, probably not right now, but last season, yeah.
He wasn't last season.
Before he went to Bayern Munich, beginning of last season, I thought Tuchel was going to do something, but
he wasn't though.
He was shit. He didn't win anything last season.
Right.
So my manager I'll go and get right now is Julian Nagelsmann. If we're going to stick with this youth project, and we probably are going to stick with this youth project for a very, very long time.
Well, you said you want an elite manager,
yeah,
and he's younger than Arteta.
Well, we're not going to get an elite manager. Yeah, but we're not going to get an elite manager because Arsenal won't pay £10 million a year.
You said you wanted an elite manager. So if you had to choose an elite manager, who would it be? Who's available right now?
Who's available right now? Probably. There's not really anyone available. Probably maybe go and get someone like Nagelsmann or Allegri.
Oh, God. Allegri in 2024.
Allegri's
Who?
washed. Allegri's washed. He's finished. This is in 2018.
So this is what I mean. There's no managers out there. So why the fuck do you want him out then?
Go and get Simeone.
No, I actually agree.
I mean,
But Simeone won't the Premier League because people don't want to see defensive football. But
no, it's not that. It's just, he ain't leaving Atletico. I swear he signed a long-term deal last
he
summer.
won't leave Atletico Madrid. He's a legend there. He's Argentinian. He ain't going to leave there.
So who's next, Luke?
Who I'm looking on my list right now.
From his list.
There's another one, but it's unrealistic.
Go on.
Oh, Pep Guardiola.
Zidane.
No.
Not Conte.
No.
He's washed.
Let's be honest. Zidane got carried by that Real Madrid side. Now, let's be honest.
Xabi Alonso won a league title, but more than Mikel Arteta.
Wow. Okay.
Would you take Xabi Alonso at Arsenal Football Club?
No.
I think see what he does in this next season with Leverkusen.
For me, right now, probably not. But it depends what he does in his second season. If he wins something, then yeah, we can have a say about Alonso.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't put Gasperini in the elite managers now.
He's Italian, man. He's better than Spalletti, mate. He's my next Italian coach.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him an elite manager. Like, you make up shit that he won the Europa League, but so did Sarri.
Sarri.
Sarri won the Europa League.
Sarri's rubbish. He's won a
Yeah, this is what I mean. So why the fuck
won the Europa League, Luca, didn't he? Lopetegui. Oh no, not Wolves.
Yeah, Lopetegui won the Europa League.
Yeah, he did. Locatelli won the Europa League.
So did Oliver Glasner, the Crystal Palace manager.
Yeah.
Gasperini's a good manager, Luca, but like you're talking about elite. You're talking about elite.
He's going to
be this is Arsenal Football Club.
The next Italian manager in 2 years' time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Spalletti needs to be sacked. So,
Spalletti, new Arsenal manager, yeah?
No way. Can you imagine?
I can't believe you said the Chomps. I cannot believe you said the Chomps.
Didier Deschamps won a World Cup.
Oh my days!
Got Mbappe and all them lot in the team.
Yes, and this is the same front side that scored like 2 open play goals last season. He's got that team, and he can't work with them together. It's
right now at the moment, France are not playing the best football. Okay, at the moment.
And who's that down to? Is that down to the manager or the players?
It's the manager in the direction.
So why do you want Deschamps?
It's not a bad manager.
He's not a bad manager. His football is dreadful.
Yeah, his style is shit.
Let's be honest. In that World Cup, he kind of did get lucky.
Well, he did because the England game, England weren't as bad as you think against France.
We didn't play France
in the World Cup.
Oh, we played France in the last World Cup. I'm talking about the World Cup before.
Where you won it.
No.
Yeah, the one they won.
The one where they won. No.
They got lucky. The group stages, they were rubbish. Round of 16, they narrowly beat Argentina. They beat Uruguay, I think it was. And then who did they play in the semi-finals? They only just about scraped Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Croatia.
It was like 4-2,
I reckon Croatia got robbed in that game. So let's not make out France won that World Cup because of the way they were playing. Because I think every single game they weren't really up to their usual standard. But yeah, I felt like over recent years their luck has run out. So there's no way Deschamps would get found out in the Premier League within, I'd say, 7 games, and he'll get sacked at Christmas. I'm telling you now, there's no way that guy would go to the Premier League.
Well, who else is there available right now? Right now, at this moment of time.
Well, there's no one, which is why no one understands your point about sacking the manager.
Yeah, but if he doesn't win anything next season, would you question it? This
Well,
season?
yeah, but he doesn't deserve to be sacked.
But why does he not deserve to be sacked if he doesn't win anything this season? Then he's going to get given another summer.
Yeah, but if we are pushing Man City all the way, right, with the same form,
we can't go third year without.
I know. But what I'm trying to say is, if we're, say, 2025 is around the corner, we're on the same form as we were last season, and we've lost the title because Man City are just Man City, then you can't sack him over that. Yeah, fair enough question, but you can't bloody sack him because of that.
Yeah, but he's got to win a trophy. If he's got to win something this season, if he wins an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup and gets even closer to Man City, like with the same position, then yeah, I'd be Mikel Arteta in. I'd be like, you know what? Okay, he didn't win this league title, the big prize. However, he's actually won a trophy. You go again next year, World Cup season, 2025, 2026 season, then you go and win it and add on the trophy. Because the aim for an elite sport is to win trophies.
Yeah. I actually agree with you. Like, it's not me disagreeing. I actually agree with you. I think this season you win an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. I'm not expecting the Champions League.
I want to win the League Cup. I'm getting bored of winning the FA Cup. But if it's a trophy, it's a trophy.
The FA Cup is the FA Cup. Man United are one behind us, by the way.
They are. And we need to
if they win the FA Cup this season, then they're on the same amount. So
but we win the League Cup. We haven't won the League Cup since 1993 when we beat Sheffield Wednesday in the final.
So I'll still rather win the FA Cup though.
And we have an opportunity to win the League Cup this season. It's whether this manager is going to take the cup seriously. Because I don't want to be in this situation. This is one of my criticisms with Arteta, because Champions League, we've got massive games. Champions League, this whole format, doesn't run out until the end of January. Which normally you've got FA Cup in between. You've got the 3rd and 4th round of the FA Cup. Is Arteta going to take that seriously when we qualify for the last 16 of the Champions League? Because from the
he has taken it seriously though.
The Premier League and Champions League, he definitely takes it seriously. But he's got
and the FA Cup last season.
Because we don't want to get to a stage where people are going to start thinking Arsenal don't usually win the Premier League or the Champions League. They usually win the FA Cup or the Carabao. So we want to win those cups and go further in this competition. And also January is going to be very interesting, who we actually start targeting. Because there's no strikers available in January. There's literally, because Ivan Toney's gone to Saudi. Victor Osimhen has gone to Galatasaray on loan. Gyökeres, there's no way he's leaving in January. Isak's more of a summer target. Might even stay next summer again. So which striker is there available in January? No one. So Arsenal now have to go and look. And I said this on my channel when I had 2 Tottenham fans on my channel earlier. I said, we're probably going to be looking at a long-term replacement of Thomas Partey, because why are we allowing Partey leave on a free, where I personally thought we were going to sell him this summer, but it's not as bad as you kept him this season, because he's actually been all right since he's come back. It's whether we're going to keep him fit. It's only 3 games in, but in January, Rory and Josh, are we going to be looking at a long-term? Because I personally think we need 2 midfielders. And I had a Tottenham fan on my channel saying to me, why do you need 2 central midfielders when you've got Mikel Moreno? But how do we know if this guy's going to come back injury-free? But
Yeah,
are we going to go for a midfielder in January? What is the target for January? We don't know.
yeah. Well, I think, like you said, two midfielders because of the departure potentially of Partey and Jorginho, possibly because both of their contracts run out. But at the same time, I don't see us signing a striker. I can see Gyökeres potentially happening in the summer because of the release clause, which is about 60 to 70 million. I don't see that happening in January. If there's any other striker that's kicking ass in the Premier League or in the other top 5 leagues in January, who's available around 40 to 50 million, then we should be on the pedals 100% for that striker. So I think we definitely need two midfield. I think midfield will be the priority this January, but striker I can see that happening in the summer. I can't lie. But who am I kidding? Like, we don't sign forward players under Arteta. We sign Trossard, Jesus, and Sterling on loan.
Yeah, we were just saying, Luca, that I don't think we've replaced Aubameyang in terms of striker, have we?
Yeah, I remember you did. I think you went on, was it Gooners Gossip's channel yesterday? Or I don't know, it was some channel.
Yeah, Sophie's channel, yesterday.
No, I'm on her channel tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And the trouble is, we haven't really replaced Aubameyang. And if we want to go on and win the league, Gyökeres is available. But the trouble is, now these strikers are now not available in January. Like, is there a striker available in January?
Can I just say, AFC Africa, can you please respect the guests? Yeah, whoever's on the panel. If you don't agree with their opinion, can you just please, like, you don't have to say it, in my chat. Like, I know, like, you may disagree with Luca, but, like, listen, he's on the panel because, he's a regular guest. He's entitled to his opinion, so you're going to respect his opinion. I really, really appreciate that, but thank you. But sorry, go on, Luca.
Look, for me, is there any strikers available in January? We're going to find out when you do your January transfer daily. Hi, Josh. Welcome to another transfer video of a January move to Arsenal. But this is daily content for Josh. But yeah, are we going to find out which players are we available? Because I think we're going to lead up to a midfielder. I think we are going to end up looking at a midfielder because Partey's contract is right. I think we need two midfielders. Jorginho is going to leave at the end of the season. Partey could be leaving. Thanks, Charlie. But Partey could be leaving at the end of the season. So which two midfielders are we going to go for? That's my only issue. Because we're not
Frankie de Jong.
With like ridiculous wages.
He's too injury prone.
Too injury prone.
You wouldn't take Frankie de Jong? I would.
I would. He's quality, right?
Too injury prone.
The replacement who I'll go and get for Thomas Partey is
or Tchouaméni.
Tchouaméni was mentioned the other day on Twitter.
Yeah, you know what? I think Tchouaméni is actually more realistic than de Jong.
Yeah.
Obviously, that whole saga with him and Man United, it's clear that he doesn't want to move to the Premier League. So I think Tchouaméni's more of a realistic target. And I've heard what Real Madrid fans have been saying about Tchouaméni, and he's a little bit
going to get rid of Tchouaméni.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really start for them, does he? I've heard Madrid fans saying he's a little bit inconsistent. So I don't know. I wouldn't say he's world class, but yeah, from what I'm hearing from Real Madrid fans, he is a little bit inconsistent.
Go for. I mentioned this in my channel just earlier. We need a number 8.
We got
San Marino.
Yeah, but is this guy going to be good when he comes back from injury? Nobody knows. I feel we need a proper number 8. I said the midfielder.
He is a proper number 8.
Go and get someone like Barella or Wirtz.
Oh, come on. Wirtz? He's not a number 8.
He can play there.
No, he can't.
I swear he can.
No, he can't. He's more of a left winger.
Someone we should go and get.
Barella.
Yeah, I love Barella, but he's not going to come.
Come
He's not going to
on.
leave Italy.
We've got to be realistic with this. Like, we've just bought a centre mid.
Well, we have, yeah. But Odegaard, for me, I know he barely gets injured in that, but he's had one massive freak injury. But for the future, we need a proper. Is Moreno going to be that Odegaard? Is he going to be that Odegaard?
They're both both different players.
When is the last time Arsenal had a good number 8 apart from Odegaard?
Ramsey, probably.
I want someone who's going to score goals
Probably
like that.
Ramsey, yeah.
I want someone who's
Granit
going to score.
Xhaka did a great.
Yeah, Xhaka filled in, but I wouldn't. He didn't really play as a number 8. He only played number 8
on midfield.
But yeah, probably
So-
Ramsey, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, like we bought Moreno for the same reasoning, to play as that box-to-box midfielder. You say, how do we know he's going to be good? Well, how do we know he's going to be shit?
Nobody knows, but this Moreno isn't Odegaard quality. Like I said in my stream earlier,
They're in separate positions.
yeah, they are in separate positions, but I just feel like we're probably going to need a long term for the future because we're going to need two midfielders in the summer, or at least one in January and then one for the summer. Then we've got our 2 replacements, so Partey and Jorginho. Because I don't see Arsenal buying 2 midfielders in January. I think they're going to get.
Yeah, but both for 6s though. You've just said we need a box-to-box midfielder.
For the future, yeah, I do. Not
So
now.
do you want a 6 or do you want 2 6s or a box-to-box midfielder?
I think we need a replacement of a number 6 and a number 8, which can be Partey and Jorginho replacement. We need a backup for Martin.
Yeah, but both are number 6s and both are going to be leaving in the summer.
Well, yeah. So we're going to need 2 number 6s. But what if Odegaard ends up getting injured again, which I don't think he will, but surely, look, let's wait and see how Moreno's going to be. We don't know. He's not back until probably October, November, right? But if he comes good, it's good. If it becomes like a Mohamed El Neni or anything like that, then get rid. Get rid straight away.
Well, El Neni was more of a 6 anyway. He was never a number 8. He's not going to be an El Neni when he's a box-to-box midfielder. Because El Neni's someone that's going to obviously play it safe. Hence, Mohamed El sideways.
Do you think we need a number 8 for the future?
Yeah, we might do because Moreno's obviously 28, so he's going to be 30 in no time. But you're saying we need another number 8 right now when we've got one.
We've got one, yeah, but Odegaard's out for quite a few lengthier spell.
But both, as I said, do not play in the same positions.
What do you think we need for the midfielders? I think we're going to need a Partey and Jorginho replacement.
Yeah, yes, and I agree.
Yeah,
but you've just said you want a number 8 coming in when we've already bought a number 8.
Only for next summer, yeah, for next summer.
Oh.
But right now, at this moment, no. I think in January we need. And sorry, what I was meant to say was, and I got confused. It's my bad. But the trouble is, we need 2 number 6s. But we ain't going to get 2 midfielders. We know Arsenal don't get all the targets. They save it for one window to another window. That's why I think January, we're probably going to need a Partey replacement leading up to the summer. We're probably going to get that Partey replacement going into next summer and then go and get that Jorginho replacement, someone who's going to come in. Because who is going to be available in January? We were not linked with anyone at the moment. All I'm hearing is that Eze.
But the thing is, players are going to become available in January. So that's I don't know, players who are running down their contract.
Around December time, we're not going to find out who we linked in January, and we're already in September. And the trouble is, Eze can't play in a number 8, and he can't play in a number 6. So I don't know why we're linked with Eze. Don't get me wrong, Eze's a good
because
what, you want to take Eze?
who are we going to play as the 10 though?
I'll take Eze. I think he's quality, but
Yeah.
I would have preferred Elise over him. But he's gone to Bayern. But Eze is a good player. I would have preferred Elise because Elise ripped Italy in that first 12 seconds.
You just asked why we're linked with Eze because we need a number 8 and 2 number 6s.
Well, I read somewhere on a news article on the internet. They said that we're linked with Eze, and I'm thinking, right, okay, we've got Raheem Sterling on loan.
No, but Eze can play number 10.
Yeah, he can play on the left as well.
You can't play in a number 8 or number 6.
He can.
No, but we need backup for Odegaard, you said as well, and I agree.
Yeah, he'll be a good backup to Odegaard. But the trouble is,
what's wrong with Eze?
Yeah, Eze's good. I like Eze. I would have preferred
Eze can play as the 8 because you look at his attributes and the way we're utilising Odegaard, he is more of an Odegaard type, so he can fill in that number 8 role. I think Odegaard is a better player than Eze, but the way Eze glides past players and I think Eze would perfectly suit in that number 8 role as well as the 10 on the left. He can play in that 8 role, especially when Odegaard is obviously dropping deep to create space for others and springing passes, and you've got Eze as well. So, look, Eze will be perfect in that 8 role. Because if you've seen Eze play, he always drops into them pockets every single time. He's not often in the 10 role. He's often roaming around that central mark. So I think Eze coming in would... I think he would eventually play as the number 8. Because, like, as most people said in the chat, like, Havertz is a striker. For us, anyway. And it didn't work with him in midfield because he just, I won't say lacks physicality, but he doesn't really track back. Sometimes he can have that lazy element in his game. So Eze in that 8 role would be perfect because, as I said, Odegaard will probably be I'd say the deepest out of the 2 because Eze does like to get himself forward. So Eze can play as a number 8.
Well, he can, but the trouble is, look, I like Eze, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't get enough goals. And I don't mind if he doesn't get enough goals as much. I see that comment, Didier Deschamps is washed.
Sorry, Eze doesn't score enough goals?
Not all the time he doesn't, no.
Oh my. So what's the rough estimate of the amount of goals he should be scoring then?
10 goals.
10 goals? Should we look at his stats?
10 goals as a backup.
Yeah, and we've got to understand that he's playing for Crystal Palace, for God's sake.
I think he's a baller, don't get me wrong. He's English, he's international. Didn't get a lot of appearances during the Euros because he's not going to get ahead of England's starting 11. But
he scored 11 goals last season, by the way.
Last season.
I think Eze's a quality footballer. I have him at Arsenal Football Club as a backup. I think it adds squad depth, but I want to see him score goals.
But you just said you wouldn't, though.
Now, as a backup, I'll take him, yeah.
But you said you wouldn't take Eze because we should be prioritising 6s. So defensive players.
For the summer, I think get Eze. Eze is probably more available in January. But which 6s are there available? You ain't going to get no Tuchemeni or anyone like that in January. We're not going to get any of them because we're going to need a Partey replacement. Jorginho's not going to be here forever. Jorginho will probably end up getting bought and go to somewhere like Turkey for distance or go to Syria. Someone will snap him up because of his experience. And then we're going to lead up to maybe an Eze either January or the summer. And then go and get that big number 9, what's required, and we're ready to go again. This coach person who was in my chat said perfect would be Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, you know what? On second thought, I'll take Bruno Guimaraes.
Guimaraes is quality. Man. He's quality footballer.
I wouldn't say he's quality, but I'll take him. He's a good player. I don't think he's £100 million player, but he's a good player.
Would you
I'll
think
definitely compliment Rice and Odegaard.
Do you think his price value might drop down?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
But I reckon in terms of what we want.
I couldn't hear that. What?
Joshua Kimmich.
How old is he?
He's like 29, I think. No?
Yeah, I'll take him.
Yeah, I'll take him as well.
But I just
again, like, what we're trying to do, I think Eze would complement this team perfectly because, as I said, he can play in that 8 role. I reckon he will be a different breed if he's in that 8 role for Arsenal. And don't forget, he was an Arsenal player before he moved to, I think it was QPR. He was in our academy, and we released him. So,
yeah. Listen, guys, let's move on. We're going to talking about the North London derby now. Of course, one of the biggest games of the season. We go away to Tottenham. Obviously, Sunday, guys. Just quickly, if people wondering about the thumbnail, yeah, we are actually playing in the away kit this season. Can anyone actually remember the year when we played against Tottenham in our away kit? I genuinely can't remember a time we played against them in the away kit.
Not in my lifetime, anyway.
Since I've been alive, yeah.
No.
I remember when they played in their away kit against Arsenal when we beat them 5-2 and Adi Bayor scored. They were that great kit. I don't actually think that I have not seen it in my lifetime. Arsenal wear the away kit against Tottenham. It's usually red and white, and they said it's apparently a kit clash. Even though last season we had obviously red and white shorts with their all white kit, but apparently even though they wear blue shorts, we can't wear our red kit away that we always do. So we're in the away kit, by the way, guys. And
by the way, before you get on to the North London derby, sorry to interrupt, but can I just touch on these comments for a second?
What one?
These comments from Coach Jordan. I don't know how to pronounce surname, but yeah, my apology.
I'm glad Odegaard is out of. Well, this one here, right. I'm glad Odegaard is out of his transfer.
No, not just that actually. The second one down.
Eze better than Odegaard.
Eze better than Odegaard, right? Cool. You think Eze's better than Odegaard, and then you say at the bottom here, Eze's Palace level. Stop overhyping players. So you're saying he's better than Odegaard, but he's Palace level. That literally makes no sense. Because Odegaard is like top 2 best creators in the Premier League. He created the most chances out of anyone in the top 5 leagues. So you're saying Eze's better than Odegaard, and then you say Eze's Palace level. Stop overhyping players. Seriously. You're not making sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, listen, guys, we know how big the game is. North London derby away at Tottenham. Last 2 seasons, we've had some success there. You know, that 3-2 last season, we was 3-0 up. Kind of like, you know, we took our chances and we punished them. You know, and in the end, I mean, it was a bit shaky towards the end, but we grinded out the 3 points. We got the 3-2 win. Even the season before that, of course, we ended that, you know, horrible run going away to them under Arteta. We beat them 2-0. You know, we know how you know, Tottenham play under Postecoglou. You know, we know the style of football that he does play. Listen, like, with all bias aside, like, they got some good players in there. You know, the likes of Son, as we know, is always been one of the main guys who turns up against Arsenal as well. You know, I always thought James Maddison for them was a good signing. I think Basuma is decent, but I think he's actually injured the game. Apparently, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Apparently, Van der Ven could be injured as well. Oh, he's frozen again. Odegaard will be back from injury by the time he's back.
Whoa, man.
Yo, Luca.
Hello, man.
Yeah, you're back.
I said, do you have some Tottenham fans on your channel, and did they say Basuma's injured?
Basically, they said All they said was Basuma might be out for the game, but all they said we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, he's doubtful, but yeah, look, I mean, if he's playing, I feel like they got back. We know him well, Luca Udochi. He's came back from his injury, so he's a decent player there as well. So listen, like they've got some quality there as well. Tottenham, bias aside, but you know what it is North London derbies, guys. We all know no matter what players they got, no matter what manager, and what time it is. Even though it's start of the season, North London derby, man. Literally anything can happen. Form goes out the window for sure for these derbies, and I'm feeling confident though. We're gonna have a interesting lineup discussion, I think, as well on what we're gonna do with the midfield. But firstly, guys, before we get into also the lineup stuff, let's talk about how you guys are feeling. I'll come to you first, Rory, bro. What's your confidence level feeling like, obviously, for this North London derby, bro?
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually feeling good about the North London derby. Obviously, last year away at Tottenham, well, it was this year, but last season when we played Tottenham in the North London derby, I feel like Tottenham dominated a lot of the ball, and you can say to some extent that they had the better opportunities than Arsenal, but we caught them on the break because of the high line. And I've got a feeling the same's going to happen in this game because Tottenham are at home, and obviously the atmosphere is going to be crazy like it is every other North London derby. So I think Tottenham will dominate the ball. They will be on the front foot early on. I think Arsenal's job is to obviously weather the storm, grow into the game, let them have, 20 minutes to, grow in confidence, because, as I said, it is a derby, and we both hate each other, so it is going to be hostile for sure. And as I said, our job is to weather that storm, and if it's still 0-0 after 20 minutes, then I think that is where we are going to take control of the game, and hopefully, I know we'll get onto the lineups in a sec, but with this kamikaze style football Ange Postecoglou likes to set out with, this is an opportunity for Arsenal to hit them on the counter attack. I wouldn't say play defensive football, but we definitely have the squad capacity and the quality to play that sort of football, not sitting back, but sort of cautious at the back, if that makes sense, whenever Tottenham are on the ball. And then every time they are in possession, they push up, that's when we should attack. And I think playing with pace could be the key factor, especially if Van der Ven is injured, because he's another doubt for the game. So if he's injured, then I reckon we will fancy our chances against that Tottenham high line, because it is frankly suicidal. So I'm assuming that Van der Ven is out injured, and if that is true, I think we could win. I'm not obviously coming on here and acting all Bertie big bollocks about it. Or yeah, if you can't beat us, you're an embarrassment, right? Which, yeah, with our injuries in our midfield, we'll have to play obviously Jorginho and Partey. As I said at the start of the stream, we're going to have to rely on their legs for 90 minutes. So it's not ideal, but again, we have the license to play out from the back. We know Partey and Jorginho can obviously break the lines and pop balls over the top to our pacey players on the break. Hence why I think we will win this game, actually. And yeah, obviously, if we do win, it would be hilarious. Obviously, Tottenham will get bantered until the cows come home. It's if they lose the game, because this is their only opportunity. We rarely get injuries, and say they lose the game, they're not going to have a better opportunity. So they're going to come out, I'm pretty sure, in the early stages, they're going to come at us. And if we weather the storm in the opening 20 to 25 minutes, I think we will take control and we will win against this Tottenham side. But if Van de Ven is injured, then again, I think that will increase my confidence levels. I can't lie, because say we are playing pacey players, he's the only one that can somewhat match the pace we currently have. So I think if he's injured, then bonus. We can definitely play with pacey players on the break. If he's back, we might have to tweak things a little bit. But yeah, I'm actually confident, I can't lie.
Yeah, just before we move, I know, Luca, you got a bounce now. So if you want to quickly give your prediction and how you're feeling about the game, and also once you've done that, shout your channel as well, man.
Yeah, quick prediction. Sorry, I can't stay for the whole long stream
worries,
and all that stuff, but thanks for having me on, guys, as always. Quick prediction up. Look, I think this game for me, if you guys haven't gone and viewed my video and all that stuff, you're more than welcome to. But of course, look, I agree with what Rory says. This high line is what we are kind of used to, because I feel a game like this, look, Martinelli is kind of used to actually playing in this high line against Tottenham. And if Tottenham do have the likes of Van de Ven out, Bazuma out, Bentancur, I think he's available in that. Yeah, he is. He's going to be available. But if Tottenham do have a couple of key players, we can really get into them. And I know people might want Martinelli to play, but I'd start Raheem Sterling in a game like this, because I know Sterling hasn't featured yet for Arsenal. It's going to be his first compared game. I feel like a game like this actually makes the perfect sense, because with his pace, okay, yeah, he hasn't got the pace what he did when he was at Man City, but he's still got a bit of pace. I just feel like a game like this is an opportunity. With Martinelli low confidence, do you really want to chuck Martinelli in a game like this against Tottenham? And I just feel with Martinelli, I drop him. I'd go with Sterling in this game. I'd go with Bukayo Saka, and I'd go with Havertz up top. And in the midfield, I'd go with Partey, Jorginho. I put Trossard in an 8. I know it might not work, but I feel in the derby it might work. But I think he's going to go with Havertz. I don't think Calavori's not available, so I'd go with Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, White and Wright. And my score prediction, I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal, man. And I think we're going to get the red. North London will be red. But shout out to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Apologies, I can't say it for the whole stream. Subscribe to me. The content-wise coming up. I'm going to be on Gooner Gossip's channel tomorrow, talking about the same thing, what we talked about tonight at 5 p.m. Have I got any content coming up? I think of some content for tomorrow, maybe. And tonight I'll have a look what games are on tomorrow, and I might do a stream on that. And then Saturday, Wimbledon v MK Dons. Unfortunately, there'll be no match day vlog this weekend. So sorry, EFL supporters. Fortunately,
mate, you got a massive sort of day for your clubs. You got derbies, Wimbledon, Dons, and Arsenal, Tottenham.
Yes, so unfortunately, I've put myself to a side, and I've been to the game before and all that stuff. And the reason
is it away, Luca, at Wimbledon?
Away, and I don't want to be kept behind the stadium and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing a watch along. So if any EFL fans would like to join, or any Premier League fans want to join, then let me know if anyone wants to join. It's only the one game I'm going to miss. So I'm still doing some content on that. So there'll be a watch along at 11:30 a.m. And on Sunday, for once, I'm going to do myself a watch along to the
watch on Luke AFC.
And then match reaction straight after the game. So that's what's coming up. Subscribe to the channel. We're about 54 away from 8,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button and I'll subscribe back to you. But guys, on a bombshell, thank you very much for inviting me on, and I'll see you for the next one, yeah?
Cheers, Luca, mate.
Thank you,
Big up
mate.
yourself as always. Take care, bro. Thank you. There we go, Mr. Luca AFC. But yes, as we were saying, lineups wise, obviously we spoke earlier about the midfield situation. Do you know what? Yeah, what do you think about this? This is what, in my opinion, I wouldn't mind seeing. Yeah, obviously Jorginho Pai, I think that's obvious. What about Zinchenko in the midfield? He played there for Ukraine. We've not actually seen it, but I know he always inverts in there, but we've not actually seen him start a game in the midfield.
I would love to see that, but I don't think the manager's going to experiment with that. I really don't. Especially in the North London derbies. He's not even tested it out in cup games. That I won't say don't matter, but the cup games against, let's say, the Forest Greens or something like that, he's not even tested it against them. Like, no disrespect, but I just don't see him testing that midfield experiment as much as I want it to happen, because I think with Zinchenko midfield, with the presence he brings in terms of his passing and the way he does break the lines as well. The same with Partey. I think he will be really good in this game, but I don't know. He's just not going to try it, is he?
No,
But that's not a bad shout.
I think the ideal one I can see is bringing Havertz back into the midfield and playing Junior Pai and Havertz in that midfield there, and then maybe playing if Jesus is fit. I know he's back from his injury apparently. If he's fit enough, maybe go front or play Trossard down the middle or do something like that. But in terms of like the full lineup, obviously, like I think it's going to be Raya in goal, obviously. The back four, Ben White, Gabriel Saliba. Left back, if he's fit, would you start Calaflori in this type of game?
Yeah, I would.
So would I. The question is doubtful.
Yeah, actually, on second thought, he has been getting medical treatment, hasn't he? So maybe in this sort of game, it's probably not the best for him. But yeah, he should be back for. We've got Atalanta in the Champions League, or is that after Man City?
No, yeah, we got them Thursday after Tottenham.
Oh, so if he's available for if he's available for Atalanta, then yeah, I'll start him on Thursday in the Champions League. So
yeah,
it's going to have to be Timber. I think the safe option is Timber, to be honest.
Yeah, Timber there. Obviously, the midfield, I said plays Zinchenko, but what do you see him doing? Playing Havertz there, do you think?
I see him playing in the number 10.
Okay.
And then going with Jorginho and Partey. Yes, I said it's a slow midfield, but it's got a lot of experience. And when you look at Tottenham's midfield, it's especially with Basuma out injured, they're going to have to play who? Archie Gray, the kid from Leeds. So they're going to have to throw in a kid against us.
Do that, do you think? If Danwary was to start, what would you feel about that? Because
I'll be excited.
Yeah, I wouldn't really mind it if I'm being honest.
But I'll be cautious at the same time because it's an important game. But I don't know. I just don't see Arteta doing it. I can see him starting against Bolton though in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll start in the Carabao Cup against Bolton, but in the North London derby, it's going to be Havertz, Jorginho, and Partey. Arteta loves his experience, his experienced heads. So I think it will be them three in the midfield.
And then obviously the attack, Saka for me is on the right.
Yeah.
Down the middle, if Havertz plays midfield, then I probably goes towards probably Trossard down the middle, and I'd actually give a debut to Raheem Sterling on the left. I don't know about you, but having said that, like Martinelli, like they play the high line, don't.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say. I did say we need to play with pace, So
Yeah.
obviously Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and then I'm going Sterling through the middle.
Ooh, that's a shout as well. Because
Yeah, because he can play through the
he can
middle.
play there. Yeah, he's played a few games that down the middle before, so he can
Like,
play anywhere.
why not? Because I hear fans saying that we shouldn't start him in this game. Just throw him in the starting 11. This is
Yeah,
what we bought him for, innit? He's got experience, and after the way he got treated at Chelsea, he's going to come with an angry response. So he's going to be pumped up for this game. He's going to want to prove a point. So why not start him? And against that Tottenham high line, when you've got Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right, Sterling through the middle, you've got Jorginho and Partey, who, as I said, can break lines. They can put balls over the top to either Martinelli, Sterling, or Saka. So we'll have pace on the counter. And whether Van de Ven starts or not, we've got to match that pace. Although I think Martinelli has lost a tiny bit of, I don't know. I reckon he has lost a yard of pace, just a little. But still, you got him, Sterling, and Saka. I think that front three can easily cause problems. I really do.
Yeah, for sure, man. I agree. Throw Sterling in there, man. Debut. This type of game. I feel like, yeah, you say he's got a bit of a point to prove. And I'm all for seeing Sterling start there. But yes.
Also his stats against Tottenham recently, he scored 8 goals and assisted 5 times.
Yeah, he plays well against Tottenham, man. Always turns up.
Yeah, so we might as well flipping start him. And I can see it happening. I think that's what Arteta's actually going to do. I think he's going to throw a curveball in there and start Saka. Well, obviously, starts him every week. Martinelli, and then Sterling through the middle. And if it's not working, then we can always throw on Trossard. And if Jesus is fit, we can throw him on as well. So
yeah, there we go. But listen, score prediction wise, I'm of course going with Arsenal winning this game. I'm gonna go off, of course, not North London derby. Like, it's always gonna be goals in it, if we're being honest. Even last season, like, we 3-0 up and we still conceded 2 goals towards the end. This one's gonna be a bit more tight. Well, it was tight last season if you think in terms of the ending, but I'm gonna go sit on the fence as typical 2-1 to Arsenal for me. We get the win, we get the 3 points. We beat Tottenham yet again away from home. What about you, Rory, bro? What's your prediction, man?
I've got a feeling it's going to be cagey at times. But I think we will get over the line. I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal. It could be decided by a penalty, like it always is with a North London derby. So I think we're going to win 1-0 with a penalty. I don't know why.
Yeah, I remember the 1-1 draw away from home when Aubameyang missed that penalty, man. That's so gutted.
Oh yeah, that was at Wembley, wasn't it? Oh
Wembley, yeah.
Yeah, that cost us. That cost us top 4.
Top 4, yeah. That was
no.
So painful. But yeah, listen, guys, I think we'll win this game. I really do. Away from home against us. Look, I think it's important that we get the win, if we're being honest with it, because obviously we did drop points against Brighton. City are going to keep winning now. They've started off the season really well, which is, last season they didn't really obviously start the season off that great, but neither did we. I remember last season there's a few, like, performances wise, there's a few, Fulham game. Yeah, Fulham game. We left it late against United when we beat them 3-1 in the end. We scored 2 late goals. Obviously the Palace was a 1-0 away win. Forest was a 2-1 win. So Everton was 1-0. So people were sort of criticizing the performances, and of course we went on and got into another title race. So I know it's still early days yet.
Who else are we playing September? Who else did we play in September?
Last
Everton.
season,
Yeah, Man United. There was one more.
Man United. We battered PSV in that's Champions League though. I remember we beat the 4.
Yeah. Oh no, we drew to Tottenham, didn't we? Tottenham was the other game.
Yeah, the 2-2 at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, the 2-2 at the Emirates, and obviously I think we drew to Chelsea, didn't we? At the Bridge 2-2.
Chelsea. So we had a couple of those results.
Even at the start of that season, it was a poor start, and we picked up towards the end, and we obviously got that well, we didn't win anything, but we went down to the wire. So I still think it's early days yet. I know the draw against Brighton was still disappointing, but listen, it's still 3 games in this week, of course. Number 4 against Tottenham. So yeah, I'm confident, guys. Thank you everyone who tuned in today. Massive shout out to everyone. Big up to my guy Leo. Big up to Coach, my brother from Belgium as well. Big up Top Gunner. Big up Drew. Big up Luca for coming on as well, mate. Always welcome, bro. Big up to Mohamed Sane as well. Big up to you, bro. And guys, yeah, I think we're only a few likes away from 40. So if you're not smash the like button on the video, make sure you guys do so. And big up to Ryan as well. As I said, bro, we'll see you in a few weeks. Julie as well. Great to see you, Julie, as always. And everyone else, sorry if I missed the comments are just glitching out right now, as always. F StreamYard. But yes, guys, we're back tomorrow. Got my own preview to do, and then Saturday we've got a bunch of Spurs. A bunch of Spurs coming on, guys. The Spurs are coming on. A bunch of Spurs fans are coming on Saturday, guys. Will be opposition preview. We've got Robbie from Lily White Lane. We've got Mile High Hotspur, my guy Leo. We've got this guy called Spurs Live as well. So big up to them. But yeah, they'll join us on Saturday. And then Sunday will be live, of course, match day for the big one. So thanks for everyone who tuned in today, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, people. And see you tomorrow. Come on, you Gunners.